Come make Halloween bottle labels with me. You guys have watched me collect lots of bottles, and so now let's put on some Halloween labels. Here are the ones that I have been saving to work on. This one is an alcohol bottle, so I think I'm going to just leave it alone and just use the current label. This label I went to take off, I'm telling you guys, this is not gooey. It's like hardened glue or something, so none of the regular remedies worked. So I'm just going to put a label on top of it. I have a few others. I have an actual prescription bottle and a couple of actual medicine bottles, so I'm really excited to put those on. I'm also really excited about the different colored bottles and the ones with lids. And I actually tried to wash these, believe it or not. The next step is to get online and look up free printable Halloween labels. I say free because we are not in the business of stealing someone's art. Once you find some labels that you like, then go ahead and print them off. I printed off a couple different styles to see what I liked best. I think I like those better than the ones I used prior, so let's work on these. And I went ahead and printed out 2 just in case. Sometimes I mess up or tear them, so I'm going to start cutting them out. You'll notice that I'm not making really harsh straight cuts. I'm trying to make it a little bit wiggly, just a little bit off. I almost debated tearing them, but thought it'd be too hard. So let's cut them all. I definitely have way too many, but that's okay. The next step is putting them on a cookie sheet or something like this, a tray. I'm going to start out with them all laying flat. And then you can use hot tea, coffee. I am actually going to use an espresso. I just thought it might be the darkest. I don't know. I started out with a single, but I ended up making a double. You'll see once I start to pour that they didn't necessarily need to be laid flat, but I'm going to go back and make sure that they're all fully immersed. I'm pretty impatient, so I only let them soak for about 20 minutes, kind of sloshing them around every once in a while, and then put them on a drying rack. I knew they were dry, though, when they blew away. I know you didn't do it. The wind did. I think Muffin thought she was in trouble. So here is how they ended up looking. I really like it. I like how some of the espresso kind of stained lines into it. So it's time to put them on the bottles. I did have to cut this one down. It had a little rounded edge on top, but I cut it down, no problem, and I'm going to use matte Mod Podge to put these on. Since it's matte, I'm going to not only glue them to the bottle, but I'm going to put a layer of Mod Podge on the top of the label as well. This is really more for me. I mean, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And again, I think I'm going to leave that brown bottle alone. It's always fun to kind of match up labels to different kinds of bottles. And you'll notice that I am patting the Mod Podge onto the top of that label. If you try to make strokes, sometimes you tear it, you move it, or you can even take off the print of the label. So if you're going to put it on the top, make sure you are dabbing it. And then I always just use my finger to kind of get off the extra. This one was an original prescription bottle and the label just fell off, so I'm going to put that back on. And like I said, I'm just going to cover up all of that residue, which was not normal residue. It was like hardened glue. But thanks for all the tips you guys left anyway. And here is the last one with a little poison label. I thought it was cute that it went sideways. I did end up with some extra that I'm going to keep for future use. And here they are, all lined up on my mantle. I've seen people put candles in them. A lot of mine have narrower heads, so I can't do that. But I think if you wove lights or the cloth between each of the bottles, that could be really cute as well. But I like that it sits on my mantle. Thanks for coming along, guys.